everyone, my name is Nicole Ingle, and for my Australian culture presentation, I will be discussing Aboriginal maturation and initiation practices from the time of the dreamings and into the present. The title of my project is Dreaming Through Time, Transformations in Maturation Ceremonies. I will begin by looking at the significance of land within maturation practices. I will then discuss childhood, the loss of ritual, maturation and integration, ceremonies and festivals, circumcision, coming of age, sacred acts, who carries the ritual knowledge, marriage in the past, and marriage in the present. The scope and purpose of this project is to examine maturation practices within Aboriginal societies across time. Due to colonialization, much of the population has been removed and separated from their past, which plays a large role in the amount of information that is accessible. As an elder Aborigine describes, young men and women now can't fulfill the responsibilities of parent and householder because of loss of distinct and collaborated processes of maturation. There is no longer a defined pathway, clearly articulated with the goal of later life, for the young fellows to follow. The men and women dreamings created a gender geography. Different sites are now designated for rituals based on the ancestral use of the land and its significance. Depending on the ceremony, there may be specified locations for different sexes. Throughout the colonial education system, enforced removal of children that continued for generations was detrimental to the continuation of ritual life. This has resulted in less significance in certain aspects, as most of the population was removed and put into a Western lifestyle. The soil and landscape of specific areas are central to ritual practices and hold specific meanings. For ceremonies involving women, the red soil is associated with birth and fertility. Often this red soil plays key roles in ceremonies, which include grains of the soil itself being used within the ritual. There is no change that does not emerge from and rely upon the sacred site, or from birth and ceremony in general. Women's blood is one of the most prominent traces of a life force in the sacred geography. This starts with birth, which would historically take place on the land, signifying the immediate connection with the earth. In addition, menstruation constitutes a moment of intensified participation within the life cycle between the land and the transitory bodies of the people of the country. Within Aborigine society, childhood is the process of slowly becoming a knowing person. A child who shows that she can tell stories has reached a cultural milestone. In some remote communities, children even speak their own languages. This has emerged in the last 30 years. This is because they spend most of their time with other children. Spiritual festivals bring together people from across a large area of land and are essential to the maturation and integration process. They are a source of spiritual education following circumcision and subincision. These processes lead to the entering of the bottom ranks of the male and female spiritual hierarchy. The circumcision ceremonies involve many participants from the community as well. Reproduction of this wider regional sociality is now taking place primarily through initiation ceremonies. Communities come together for these initiation ceremonies and may have youth from different regions coming together for their turn within the ceremony. It is these ceremonies which are still vital to the production of social persons that are also reproducing the conditions of widespread relatedness within Aboriginal society. Many portions of the maturation processes within Aboriginal communities are sacred and not to be revealed outside of the societies which practice them. For this reason, it is difficult to know more than a certain amount of information surrounding the specifics of spiritual processes. Circumcision ceremonies are central to biological and social reproduction in Central Australia. Circumcision takes on the obligation to find the initiate a wife, typically the daughter of one of the practitioners. The latter part of this has now changed, but still carries significance. Circumcision also happens for females, but 6 out of the 8 states have now made it illegal to do so. The initiation ceremonies are neither bound to locality nor to specialized knowledge under control of the senior men. The songs, dances, and designs are known to all adult males. Men in their 30s are the organizers and key participants. This inclusiveness occurs based on knowledge and understanding that are widely held by all adult men due to the desire to expand relatedness, extending social relations. Women are carriers of their ceremonial and ritual knowledge that the men will not have access to. In classical times, men were married around 30 to pubertal women. Prior to marriage, men underwent initiation and then a period as an isolated bachelor, living with other men. These men then underwent long and rugged education in route finding, tracking, and hunting in order to prepare themselves to serve their in-laws and provide for their own future households. For women, breasts ancestrally signified that a female was ready to have a lover. She is now a young girl, not simply a girl or a child. Being with a man was believed to be how a woman would enter menstruation. In the past, girls were ideally married before they reached menarche to the man that they had been betrothed to since infancy, if not before birth. Marriage would occur from age 9 to 14. These accounts are from ethnographic studies. With missionaries came the early eradication of early marriage. The average age for marriage is now 17 for women in Aboriginal society. While many women have been betrothed at birth, few of them actually join their assigned husbands. Marriage usually happens similarly as it does in the U.S., by dating and getting to know someone of similar age. This change is attributed to school mixing both females and males. Here are my resources if you would like to peruse. Thanks for listening.